So if you are already here, take a moment to find a block or a bolster to sit on. And if you have your blocks nearby, they'd be worth grabbing, but not essential. Mhm. And take a moment to arrive on your mat. All right, well, let's get started. Welcome to Mindful Yoga with Jessie, and I'm returning after a couple-week absence for what was intended to be family celebrations. And instead, my dad ended up in the hospital and he has since moved in with me to recover. So this is my first yoga practice back with that going on. And I thought we would focus our attention today on presence and being with what is in the moment with gratitude and kindness and appreciation. A lot of those mindfulness tenets that we come to in yoga often in these weekend practices. And so with that, find yourself a comfortable seat wherever you are, rooting your sit bones down into the earth beneath you. Your legs can be crossed or straight. Do what feels good, but ideally sit up on something with your hips above your knees, letting go of the holding and grasping. And grow your spine all the way up to the sky, taking in a huge breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Taking a moment to drop into presence, drop back into your body, dropping back into your breath. When life is busy all around, we tend to be outside of our body and not aware of our breath. And so using this practice to reconnect, coming back to yourself, and perhaps what matters most to you, breathing in through your nose once again and out through your mouth. And I invite you, if your hands are on your thighs, to flip them up, open to the universe, the sky, to whatever is headed your way, with a calm and peaceful presence. Knowing that whatever it is has presence to offer, gifts to offer, amazingness to offer, as well as potentially challenge. And that when we show up hands wide open, not grasping, not pushing things away, that's where we can see and feel the joy, the presence, the beauty, the connection. Taking a moment here, sitting with your breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. We'll do that 3 more times. Big breath in through your nose, long, smooth, and even, not forced. And a longer, smoother exhale. Let the exhale be a release, breathing in through your nose. And a long, smooth exhale. Take a pause here. A pause to notice how you feel already, maybe. And we'll bring a hand to heart and another hand to top, checking in with your heart space, as I do in yoga, pressing the heel of that hand into the heart space, releasing some oxytocin, feeling that neurochemical, the positive safety, connection, love hormone circulate around. Connecting to some love and kindness to yourself, to those you love, and to our world around us. Rubbing that top hand on the bottom hand, enjoying the sensation, melting some cortisol here, letting it feel good. Taking a moment for yourself in the busy world, coming home to yourself, back to presence, being in the moment. That's where the joy and the fun is found. And even on this 4th of July weekend, my 3-year-old grandson saw his first fireworks. That joy is found in the present, in the crack, in the sounds, in the colors. It's not looking ahead or behind, but being in that moment with the good, fun, sparkly stuff, the celebrations, and all the other things that life has to offer. Taking another 3 breaths here with your hands to heart, just settling into where you are, how you feel this morning, and setting your own intention for your practice today and maybe the day and the week ahead. How would you like to show up? Maybe it's hands wide open. Maybe it's non-judgment. Maybe it's presence. I offer presence today as the magic, where the awe and wonder in even the small moments comes, where the connection is, where the joy is, where the meaning is. And when you have your intention, whatever it is you'd like to explore, bringing hands together, creating a little bit of heat, bringing your thumbs to your sternum and your finger pads pressing together, eyes closed, and just set that intention with intention, tucking it into the retrocardiac space behind your heart, taking in a big deep breath to seal it in, and an exhale to let it out. And we'll lower our hands and open our eyes. And I'm just going to find your sit bones underneath you and reach your arms out and up to the sky. Have a little shimmy. Bring your palms together, interlace your fingers, and your index finger, pointer finger will point up to the sky. Shimmy your side body, straight your elbows. Exhale, tip leftward. Rest that left ear on your upper arm. Stretch the right side body. Send your root into the earth and your fingers all the way a little bit leftward like a crescent moon. Huge breath in down the entire line of that right side body, gifting it the breath and feeling it, being in it with it. Exhale, let it out. Coming back to center, exhale, tip to the other side. And breathe here for a moment. Rest your head on your right upper arm. Lengthen through the armpit, through the upper waist, down into the hip. Root the hip downward. Let this feel delicious, delightful, really nourishing and healing. Remembering that presence is one of the most healing things we can offer ourselves, our families, our patients. Big deep breath with no expectations. Exhale, let it out. Coming back to center, opening your arms wide, wide, wide. Flex your wrists, spread your fingers as wide as you can. Pinch your scapula tight, tight, tight. Enjoy all the tingles and sensations. Stretching your fingers wide. Release the stretch. Drop your chin to your chest with your arms still wide. Stretch and lengthen the neck. Bringing your chin back to neutral. Face your palms forward and draw your hands back a little bit. You're opening up your heart, leading with your heart. That question, sort of, what would love do? Be present in the moment. How would love experience whatever's going on in your life? Round forward, scooping your arms into a huge beach ball. Suck your belly all the way back. Draw the crown of your head forward towards the palms of your hand. Let this be a really juicy opening stretch. Huge breath in. And an exhale, open, let your heart shine forward, stretching your pecs and your chest that we fold forward all the time. And round forward into a huge beach ball. Bringing your arms back open to neutral. You'll plant your right hand down into a fist and reach that left arm over. Bend your elbows, stretch and open. Really open as far as you can. You might even be a little weight into that right wrist if it's okay for your wrist. And cartwheel over to the other side. Plant your left wrist, root, stretch, hold, even let your neck go. Notice where you're holding and gripping and soften. Presence is about softening into the moment. Coming back upright, we're going to bring our arms out wide and wrap them in front into eagle arms, right elbow under left, bringing your fingers together and elbows to shoulder height. Send the energy and the breath into the interscapular space here. Breathe and release. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift up a smidge. Exhale, round forward, curl into your belly, open up your back, drop your head and neck. Let your body really open and fold here. Presence is about not grasping. It's the hands wide open. Enjoying what is, remembering to breathe. Breathe into that interscapular space. Exhale. On the next inhale, lift up to shoulder height. Untangle, stretch your arms out wide, fists squeeze tight, and do about 5 big flicks. You're just flicking off whatever you'd like to let go today. Come back to stillness, and we'll wrap into eagle arms the opposite way. So left elbow under right, wrapping them, grabbing whatever you can grab. You might have a peephole, some of you won't. Don't worry about it. No judgment here. Gift your scapula a moment here. You might even rock, invite a little movement. Big breath in and out. Come back to stillness, lift up a smidge, exhale, round, curl, open your back up, drop your head and neck. And take a moment here folded to be present, to notice what you feel, to be in your body, to be soft. I spoke in a recent podcast about being a little like a permeable membrane in this safe space of your yoga practice, letting things flow in and out, exploring, lifting up, untangling, and lower your arms. Shrug your shoulders up, pinch your shoulders, your occiput together, squeezing tight. Enjoy the sensations, lots of them. An occipital massage here if you can. Release your hands, drop your shoulders, palms will face open to the front, and just take a moment to notice the tingles, whatever you feel. You're going to grab your upper thighs and stretch your legs long in front. You can stay up on your bolster or not, you choose. Bring your hands to the upper thighs and just slide forward. Legs are straight as they can be or want to be. Wiggling toes, sliding to your shins, let your heart shine forward. Point your toes, flex your ankles, and point your toes and flex your ankles. Point one and flex the other. Be very present with the back of the leg that's flexed. Switch sides, send kindness to the shin. Do that one more time with intention, not in a hurry, pausing and enjoying the sensations. And once more. Come back to center, and we'll reorganize by pointing together and flexing together. You're going to slide off your bolster or your block if you happen to still be on it and move it out of the way. And we're going to come to butterfly pose. Bring the soles of your feet together, flapping your knees, your wings. Enjoy your inner thighs. Maybe have a rock on your ischial spines here. Use your elbows, wrap them around your chest. Grow your spine tall. Crown of the head's going to reach to the sky. And close your eyes at the top here. Take in a huge drink of breath. And a huge exhale. Let's do 2 more together. Big inhale. And a long, smooth exhale, release. Beautiful. Bring your knees together and stretch your legs long. We're going to bend the right knee in. Bring your foot close to your left inner thigh, but foot on the floor, and have a rock on your sit bone. So you're hugging that knee in. Move your belly out of the way if it happens to be in the way. Inhale and sit up nice and tall. Release your hip into the hip socket. You're going to bring your left hand to the outer right foot and stretch that leg long, stretching your IT band. If you have more room, you might plant your right hand behind you, sit up tall, and twist at the same time. Let it feel good. Wiggling toes. You might turn the sole of your foot to the right and to the left. Inhale, grow tall. Let the twist be a spine lengthener and twist a little more to the right if you're twisting. And then you'll come back to center. Bring your right hand behind your right thigh. Bend your knee. Pick it up. Bring it to the outer left thigh. You're going to wrap your right arm around your left hand around your right shin and twist once again rightward in a different position here. You're crossed across the top. Inhale to get your belly out of the way. Exhale, twist. A different part of your spine should feel this. Draw your right shoulder back and don't overdo it. Just massage your insides here. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, release. After the exhale, you'll wrap your right arm around the right knee and just do a quick counter twist to undo things. And you'll come back to center. Pick up your foot, bring it back to the right inner thigh and drop your knee 90 degrees. Move the flesh of the seat on the left side with kindness. Bringing your arms up. Use your belly here. Twist leftward and fold towards that foot. You might hit your calf. You might grab your toes. Wrap your left hand around into the right hip crease. Press your heel long in front and enjoy the wrap and the twist and the massage and the opening in the side body. You might tug a little bit. Big breath in. Pour it down into any pocket of tightness. Exhale, let it out. Untangle. Walking your way back up your left leg, sorry. Drop your right knee, and we're going to flip up into Wild Thing here. Reaching that left arm long, extend and stretch and lengthen. Pour the breath into your entire side body. And exhale, breathe. Once more, stretch, breathe. And slowly lower your hip. Come back to center, straight both legs. Find your ischial spines and your sit bones. Have a little rock. Hold forward. Sliding back up. And we'll switch sides. Bend the left knee, hugging it in. Release the hip into the hip socket for a moment. Find your right ischial spine, rooting it downwards. Right hand will grab the left foot and you'll stretch it long. Enjoy that left IT band. I recommend bringing your left hand behind you as a fist, plant it, straight your arm, grow tall, and twist a little or a lot to the left. Wiggling both sets of toes so you're not gripping, holding it lightly, whatever it is. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist. 3 more big breaths here. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist. You might turn the sole of your foot to the right or the left. Coming back to center, left hand behind your left thigh. You're going to bend your knee, bring it to the outer right thigh, and you'll wrap your right arm around that left shin, twist once again leftward, ensuring that both ischial spines are on the floor. Inhale, grow tall, and twist leftward. Use your belly here. You might feel like you're not doing anything, and yet you're doing a lot. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist. Unwrap. Wrap yourself the other way briefly to be kind to your spine. Always remembering the transitions. How we transition impacts how it turns out. Coming back to center, pick your foot up and you're going to bring the sole of your foot to the inner right thigh, 90 degrees. Find your sit bones. Once again, take that moment in between, the key moment, reaching arms up to the sky, twist a little bit to the right and fold and wrap. Grab wherever you can on the right leg, wrap your right hand into the left hip crease, wring out your insides, open your back. Let this feel amazing. And practice presence here once again, even in the twist. Be with it, be in your body. Allow it to be as it is. And notice the things here that feel good. We tend to move right through in the doing and forgetting the things that feel good. Huge breath out. Untangle. Stretching both legs long, have just a little knee bang, and we'll sweep them around, coming to hands and knees. If you need a blanket under your knees, do that, or not, you choose. Coming to hands and knees for a moment. Enjoy a sway on either side. Enjoy a cat-cow, stretching your belly, arching. Articulate each vertebrae, letting it feel really amazing. Stretching, rolling, inviting fluid and space in there. Pause at one end or the other, either as the cat with your belly all the way up, or as a cow, as I'm doing with the rear end sticking up. Let the front of your belly stretch. And pause at the other end, whichever one feels good to you. And we'll come back to tabletop. Curling your toes, and you'll lift up to downward dog, whatever that looks like for you. Walk the dog here. Enjoy the backs of the legs. Let your head really release. Notice if you're gripping. Enjoy sending your sit bones to the sky, bending both knees gently. Shoot your hips all the way up and back. Enjoy the stretch and pause here. Lower the heels if you wish towards the floor. They may or may not reach. This dog might be more narrow than your usual dog since I cued it a little differently. And that's okay. Just notice how it feels. If you want to change it, you can. 2 more rests here, upside down. Shift in perspective. Look between your legs. See the world upside down. What clues might be there about how things look in this moment? Bend your left knee and press your right heel towards the floor. Enjoy the back of the right leg. And switch sides. Bringing both heels towards the floor. A moment here in symmetry. And then you walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into ragdoll or dangling. You'll grasp your elbows and sway here. Notice the soles of your feet on the earth, the 4 corners, lifting up all 5 toes, lowering them down, finding center within you, being truly present here, noticing what feels good, what feels delicious and delightful, how you can find center. Presence is a practice of noticing. Lowering hands and unroll yourself up slowly, or vertebrae by vertebrae, opening your arms out and up, bringing your palms together at the top and dripping them down to heart center. Taking a moment here to land. With eyes closed, focus on your feet. Lift up all 10 toes, lowering them down, sending them down into the earth like roots. Drawing the earth's energy up through your legs into your belly, all the way into your chest. Growing tall, crown of the head reaches to the sky. Exhale, let it out. Lower hands, Tadasana or mountain pose. Channeling your inner mountain. Not in a challenged way, in a very peaceful way. The mountains just sit and are there in all the beauty. Thinking about your favorite mountain and what it looks like, its grace and elegance. Noticing how it feels to be in your body in this way, and how can you channel that? Maybe once again, lift up all 10 toes and root them down one at a time, paying attention to your toes. Children do this to help them balance, and we lose that capacity as adults. Open your eyes, bring your hands to your hips. We're going to come into tree pose right away. Kickstand your right foot, and you'll slide your right foot up, maybe to your calf or maybe to your inner thigh. Higher is not better, but not over your knee. And you'll bring your hands to heart center and pause and balance here. Find steady. And when you're ready, reach your arms all the way up to the sky, coming into the most beautiful tree. Embodying the tree, the presence of a tree, you might bring your arms out to a T. You might bring them up and interlace them into steeple fingers. Breathing, giving yourself grace for any tips. You might draw your knee forward with your arms open and bring it back to the side. And you'll bring your arms back to your waist, draw your knee forward and shake it out. Releasing the tension on purpose, really releasing, shaking. Take a pause, breathe in, and settle back into that mountain pose in between, the integration pose. Breathing in, close your eyes if you're comfortable. Nourishing every cell in your body, and exhale, let it out. Open eyes, kickstand that left foot onto the right calf. Slide it up to your calf a little higher. If you want to go above the knee, fine, but not on the knee. More is not better here. Hands to heart. Reset your balance here. And when you're ready, with grace and elegance, reach your arms up. Being present in the tree. Noticing your body, everything that's happening there. Remember to breathe. Pour the breath into every muscle cell that's working here. Opening arms wide if that feels good. You're testing your balance a little bit. You might bring them up into steeple hands. Fingers reach to the sky. Huge breath. Grow as tall as you can. You might bring that knee forward and bring it back to the side. Bringing hands back to heart and back to your waist, and then shake it out. We're going to come to the top of the mat. And you will root your feet downward, lifting up all 10 toes. Once again, use your toes. They're powerful tools we ignore a lot. Root them down one at a time. Opening your arms out and up. Sweep your arms around. Palms will come together. And we'll drip forward, forward fold towards the earth. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, lower down. Once again, inhale for that half lift, meaning your back is flat, your rear end sticks out, your heart shines forward. Pause at the top, sending some love and kindness to the backs of the legs. Exhale, lower your hands down. Plant them and step back to plank. And pause here in plank for a moment. Finding your center, your gravity, where you are in space. And we'll shift our weight forward, lower down, chaturanga to the earth, bending your elbows. Wrap your elbows in close to you, lower to the earth. Place your forehead on the floor and pause here on the earth, noticing the front side body on the earth. Weight is out of the hands. Inhale, lift up for low cobra, not too high. This is our first back bend. Exhale, lower down. Curling your toes, pressed into your hands, and lift up to downward dog. Hang out here for a moment. Let it feel juicy. Walk the dog. Practicing presence. Noticing all along the whole way through class today where the presence is. Notice what feels good. Noticing maybe the tingles. Plant into both hands, ground into your right foot, and you'll raise your left leg to the sky. You might bend your knee and stack your hip, roll your ankle if that feels good. Let this feel luxurious. Being present in the tiny moments. Inhale, square your hips, straight your leg, and gently bring your foot between your hands. We're going to come into warrior one from here. So warrior one is the narrower stance, and the back foot is not pigeon-toed quite as much as warrior two, and your arms are reaching to the sky. Your front knee is bent. You'll have a bit of a calf stretch, maybe. Pour the breath in. Let yourself settle to standing here, and have your hips both face front. Sweep your arms out wide, reclasp them at your sacrum, interlace your fingers, and draw your shoulders down and back. Let your heart shine forward. Taking a moment here to think about what it would feel like to move forward in this heart-centered way. What might be different today? Breathing. If you wish, you can keep your hands interlaced and tip forward. to the inside of that left knee. You might even look rightward and stretch the right shoulder if that feels good. And if you don't want to do this, just stay up. Twisting back to center if you've twisted, rising up. Releasing your hands, sweeping them in front. You're going to cartwheel them open, turn your back heel, come into warrior two, lengthen your stance a little bit here. Bend that front knee a little bit more. Your heels should be in heel to heel alignment for most people here. Bend that front knee and pause here in warrior two. Gaze is over the front middle finger, your drishti, where you're headed. Be present with whatever comes up here. And maybe you're headed to be more present in life. Enjoy those moments. Flip that front palm up and tip backwards into peaceful warrior. Inviting some peace. Noticing your ribs opening up, fanning up. Engage both glutes for steadiness. And notice if your front knee is leaning to the right. Cartwheel back to warrior two. Pause here for a second. Come over the left thigh, reach over into side angle pose. And again, pause here. Stretch, notice, readjust your feet if anything hurts or is cramping, be kind. Cartwheel back up to warrior two. Pausing here. You're going to sweep your back arm around, lower it to the floor, turn your back toe forward, hop your back toe forward about halfway, come into pyramid for a moment. If you have your blocks, this would be a lovely place to grab them. And hang out in pyramid for a moment. Use the blocks to bend your elbows and fold. Enjoy the back of the left leg. Breathe. Wiggling toes. You might inhale for a half lift or fold forward, you choose. Shaking your head, releasing all the tension. Hands wide open, not holding things through too tight. That's where the pleasure, the joy, the movement. Most of us high achievers with high expectations move through with the expectations and the holding and the gripping. And so we're practicing presence. Moving the blocks wider if you have them. We're going to bring the back foot forward to meet the front foot and sink your hips back. We're going to come into chair pose here. You can keep your feet together if you want, or closer together, or wider, and raise your arms up if you can. Sit back, your hips down and low, whatever works for you. Be kind to your hips and your knees, whether you want to be closer together or farther together, if you want your hands to heart. Taking 2 more breaths here. Yes, there's strain. Lower your hands, shoot your hips up, release. Hanging in ragdoll for a moment. Wiggle your toes. You're going to step your left foot back here into warrior 1 feet. A little bit wider, a little bit shorter. Ground into that front foot and your right glute. As you rise up, stabilize yourself as you come up, taking your time. All these places of focus build strength. Bend that front knee. Square your hips forward and breathe. We'll pause here for 3 breaths. Enjoy the presence in the moment. Noticing whatever is at this moment. Breathing in and out. Sweeping your arms out wide, clasp them at your sacrum, shoulders down your back, heart shines forward. Stabilize your front foot here. If you wish, you'll tip forward into humble warrior, and you might twist a little leftward if that feels good, but no pressure. Come back to center if you're twisted. Slowly rise up. Releasing your hands, you're going to sweep them up, cartwheel them open into warrior 2. Readjust your feet. Bend your knees. Notice your heel to heel alignment. Pay attention to that front knee. So you're being super kind. Gaze is over the right middle finger, your drishti. Flip that front palm up and tip back into peaceful warrior. Thinking here what it might take for you to be at peace right now. What kind of presence would it take? Peace doesn't come without presence as well. Peace doesn't come from gripping or telling yourself stories, any of those things. Cartwheel back to warrior two. Pause in the moment in the transition. Bend your front elbow and reach that left arm over. Stretch the whole line of the left body here. Cartwheeling back up to warrior two. Pause for a moment. Engage your glutes. Sit into it. Notice everything working. Notice each and every toe, the four corners of your feet. When you're ready, you're going to sweep that front back arm forward, twisting, lowering, grabbing the blocks if you have them. You're going to turn your back foot to face front and hop it forward about halfway, coming into that pyramid pose. Use pyramid as a way to release. Lifting up toes, lowering them. You might shift forward and back. And you might notice that while you're trying to not grip, your feet are gripping or your ankles are gripping. And so offer a shake or wiggle to anything that's holding tight here. Remember to breathe. Step that back foot forward to meet the front foot. We're going to sink back into chair pose again. Choose a variation that feels good. Sitting your hips way back, hands to your elbow, hands to your heart, elbows bent. If you want to reach your arms forward, do that. Let your heart shine forward either way. Gaze is forward. Sink and drop your hands, release. Maybe bend one knee and then the other. Lifting up your toes, maybe lifting onto your heels here. Lowering your feet. Pause and breathe here. Engage your belly and unroll yourself all the way up to stand. You can sweep your arms out and up if you want, or just come to mountain pose. You choose. And take a moment here to arrive, to notice, to feel. Pause and breathe. Pay attention to your toes again. Wiggling your feet. Notice. And we will lower our hands and open our eyes for a moment, just shake things out. And we will come back up to the top of the mat if you're not there. Sweeping your arms out and up once again, wide, 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 bringing hands to one another at the top and drip forward. Inhale for that half lift. Rear end sticks out, lower down. Plant your hands, come back to plank or the top of the push-up and pause here. Find your belly, find your core, your center, your strength. I'm going to come into side plank here. If anybody doesn't want to do it, that's fine. You're going to plant into your left hand, drop your heels to the left and reach your right arm up. Reach your right arm over your ear if you want. Use your lower belly here as strength. If you want to bend your bottom knee, you can do that. Whatever works for you. One more breath, and we'll come back to center. Find center. If you can hang out in plank in between, if you're not doing side plank, do that. If you need to do hands and knees, do that. Shift your weight into your right hand, your heels to the right. Reach your left arm up. Reach it over. Bringing your hands back to center. Find center once again, and we're going to lower down chaturanga to the earth. Pause here. Untuck your toes. Bend your left knee, reach your heel towards your rear end, and grab it with your left hand, hugging it in towards you. Use your right hand to steady you and lift your chest up and pull a little bit and stretch the front of the left thigh. Remember to breathe. This is a baby back bend for those of you who want to do a little back bend with not too much. Lowering your chest and your forehead to the floor, the third eye. Release your hand, release your foot. Plant the left hand on the earth. Your left leg is straight. Bend your right knee. Bring your right hand around. Grab your foot. Pull your heel towards you and lift up a little bit. Use the left hand to brace you, to steady you. Enjoy the stretch. And always opt out in these classes of anything. Everything I offer is an invitation. If it doesn't work for you, you don't want to do it, don't do it. For most women in medicine, that is something we have to work on. But do no harm to yourself. Lowering your forehead to the floor. Let that third eye touch the floor. Let it be grounding. Release your right foot lower down, being on your belly, like a prone Shavasana for a moment. Breathe. You're going to lift up, put a little weight into your forearms. Bring them forward, coming into Sphinx pose. The forearms are on the floor, your fingers are spread wide, your heart is shining forward, opening up the lower back. Another sort of a back bend. We pay very little attention to the back body until it hurts us. So do whatever Sphinx feels good to you. You might stay low, you might lift up, you might drop your shoulders down. You choose. Let it feel amazing. Plant your hips into the earth, the front of the hips and the tops of the feet. 2 more breaths. You're going to bring your elbows out wide, lower down, make a pillow for your head, and lie prone for another moment. Notice how you feel. And hopefully you have space here. You're going to extend your right arm, and you're going to plant your left hand onto the mat and roll towards the right arm, bringing your left foot behind you, stretching your pec here a little bit. Don't overdo it, but it should feel really good. And make sure your neck, you're not gripping. The front of the shoulder will open. We spend so much time driving, texting, charting. This can open those things. 2 more breaths here. And you can play with the arm position. You don't want to overdo it at all. Rolling back to center. Come back prone. Make that pillow in between. Give your back and chest a moment to integrate. And when you're ready, you'll switch sides. You'll lengthen your left hand out to a T. You're going to press into your right hand and roll onto the right hip, bringing your left leg behind you, and open up your pec on this side. When that feels complete, come back to center. Bring your hands back beside you as if you were going to lift up into low cobra, but we will curl our toes and press up through hands and knees to downward dog. Take a moment in downward dog to walk the dog, stretch it out, feel it. Breathe. From here, ground into your hands. We're going to raise our left leg to the sky. Gently bring it between your hands. We're going to grab those blocks that hopefully you still have and come into a low lunge. Readjust your back knee so you're being kind. If you don't have blocks, you can place them gently on your left thigh. And let your right hip flexor open up. You can stay up or down. You choose how this feels. Make sure your front knee is not squished. And invite your hip here to open. Breathing, letting go, being with the sensation. Nowhere to be but right here. Nothing to accomplish, nothing to finish. See if you can let the stretch simply be an information, a clue. Straight your front knee and walk back towards you, the blocks back towards you. If you have them, you're going to come into half splits. Staying up if you can, flexing the ankle, wiggling your toes. And you'll walk your blocks back towards the front. And you might want to do this with or without blocks. We're going to curl the back toe and come into a high lunge here. Be kind to your toes and your feet. And stay with hands down for a moment. See if you can straight your front knee coming into a long pyramid or a long triangle. It feels kind of good. Bend that knee. Drop your back heel. You're going to ground into that front foot. Use your belly and cartwheel up into warrior two, where we were before. We're going to come into Trikonasana or triangle. Straight your front knee, shoot your hips back, come like a little teapot, drop down into Trikonasana. If you have a block, use it. Feels good. It's not cheating. It actually allows you to do different things. Ensure that your front knee is straight and there's a long line in both legs. Draw your right shoulder back. You might wrap your right hand into the left hip crease and open your shoulder and your chest, rolling your heart open, if that feels good, or you can leave your hand up. Reach your arm back up if you've been doing that. Reach it over your ear. And if anyone wants to try taking the weight out of that left hand and making it parallel to the right, it's a little side exercise. Lower your hand, reach your hand up, and cartwheel back up. Take a moment here. You're going to drop your right hand down the right side. We're going to come into reverse triangle here. Your front leg is straight. It's a little bit of a different side stretch. Bringing your arms back. Bring your hands to your waist. Turn your toes to the side of your mat. So the feet are parallel to the front and side of the mat. And we'll hinge forward into a forward fold. If you have your block, a wide angle forward fold, you can use that. And allow yourself a moment here in the inversion. You can use one block, two blocks. If you want to put your forehead on them, you can do that. If you don't have blocks, just keep your hands on the ground and give the backs of your legs a moment to open up. Breathe. Take 3 more breaths here. If you have the blocks, you'll move them out of the way. If you want to bring your hands back between your legs and lower your head further, you can do that. Bringing your hands back to center. You're going to bend your left knee, straight your right leg, and shift into that left knee. The right leg is straight. Lift your toes up. Enjoy a little stretch here. Wiggle your toes. And we'll switch over to the other side, walking over there. Straight the left leg. Come back to center. You're going to turn your right toes towards the back of your mat. Your left toes will pivot into the triangle position, and you're going to grab that block, put it on the inside of your right foot, plant your hands, straight your front knee, and reach your left arm up. Coming into Trikonasana, take your time here because we're coming in a little bit of a different way. And it takes a little adjustment when you arrive to find the triangle position. And if you want to wrap your left hand into your right hip crease and roll open, you can do that. If you want to reach it up and over, you can do that. If you want to try that double hands, you can do that. You choose. And then you will move the block. You're going to turn to face the back of the mat, move the blocks out of the way, turn both toes to the back of the mat, drop your back knee, come into Anjaneyasana on this side. And take a moment here to release the hip. Breathe. And we'll straighten that right leg and stretch. Wiggling toes. Let it be light and easy. Shifting your weight back forward, coming up into that high lunge for a moment. And you'll hop your back foot forward to meet the front foot. Come into a forward fold. Enjoy a sag, a release. Unroll. Up to stand and just take a moment to adjust, adapt before we come to lie on the mat. And when you're ready, you can make your way to the mat. And when you arrive there, bring your knees into your chest and just have a squeeze and a rock, massage your lower back. Roll your ankles. You might do a happy baby here. You might straight one leg and then the other. Bring the soles of your feet together. Heels will come into the groin. Pause here. Release your hands, lower your feet. We're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclining butterfly. Knees apart, soles of the feet together. You can take your blocks and put them under your knees if you wish, if that is needed for your body. Hand to heart, hand to belly. And simply be present here. Bring your hands to your outer thighs. Draw your knees together and your feet out wide. Bring your arms overhead into a cactus shape, and you'll drop your knees to the right into an easy twist. Let your psoas and hip flexor open up here. Let your spine soften and release. Bringing knees back to center. Have a little waggle here to reorient your sacrum and untangle any catches in the shoulders. Knock knee once again and drop your knees to the left. Your right hip will open up here. Breathe. Bring your knees back to center and do any pose that feels needed before we come into Shavasana. You might just want to do squeeze up into a ball. If you want to straighten your legs up to the sky and roll your ankles, do whatever feels needed. And when you're ready, lengthen your legs out into Shavasana. If you have a bolster you want to put under your knees, you can do that. Let your feet flop out wide, palms open wide. Shavasana is a practice of presence in and of itself. Just being with what is, letting life and the world integrate. You as you are in this moment in time, integrate. And just pause and be here. Enjoy. A few moments to rest, integrate, and simply feel pleasure, contentment, and be. Shavasana. We'll be here another 30 seconds or so. So enjoy, simply nourish yourself with these last 30 seconds of peace, quiet, rest, restoration. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle fingers and toes. And when you feel ready, enjoy a really delicious, delightful stretch in all directions. A waking up stretch of kindness, and let yourself enjoy it. Let it be pleasure filled. Be truly present with it, even with the kinks and all the things. They can all be delicious and delightful as well. Breathe. And when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat where we began. And when you arrive, bring a hand to heart and another hand to top. Closing eyes, dropping right back into this sense of presence and peace. And a sense of hands wide open, not grasping or holding things too tight. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this morning. May we all move forward, not holding things so tightly, not gripping so tightly, softening into presence and being with what is in this moment, appreciating the beauty, having some joy and presence and peace. The light and love in me reflects and honors the light and love in each and every one of you. Namaste.